And now, we'd like to feature...
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Two Aussie Investors. We are here for your entertainment to talk property, shares, cryptocurrency, gold, and
NVX
X. I am Anzac, and with me tonight is the incredible, the often imitated, the long contained, but never duplicated. It's Grovesy. I'm thinking of calling tonight's episode Down the Rabbit Hole and Into the Abyss.
I like it.
Whatever that means.
Now, before we start, I have to give a shout out to my daughter, Ruby.
Oh, yes.
She's our number one fan. She watches it every week. And she likes
swearing.
it when we... Oh, no, we can swear.
Oh.
But she would like a shout out tonight. So
yes, Ruby, you are
Ruby,
our
number one fan.
Number one fan. We don't have many people that listen in. Well, sometimes we get 100 views. Sometimes we get none. Well, we never get none, thanks to Ruby.
Keep clicking on that like, Ruby. Keep sharing.
Click.
Subscribe.
Everyone.
Share with your friends. Subscribe.
No, don't share with friends. Well, share. Who cares? Yeah. Anyway, here we are, Grosy. We did it. Another week.
We're back.
And
we're not sick. Well, I'm kind of just at the tail end of being sick. You're not sick.
So I got COVID. It was my birthday. Then I got COVID. And then I got sick. And then JJ got sick. And son got sick. Daughter got sick. And it was like weeks of bloody lockdown. And then you got sick.
Then I got sick. Yeah.
But not COVID.
Kids have been sick. Not COVID, no.
And kids are sick. Yeah. But have you been going out or, doing school drop off or anything?
Oh, yeah, doing school drop off pickup.
Yeah.
You had a haircut.
Yep. And guess who did it?
Looks good. Who?
7-year-old Isabella.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, she's done a great job.
Yeah. You know what? A lot of people have said that when I say a 7-year-old cut my hair. They're like, no way. Really? Looks good.
Did she get the clippers, did she?
You can see it's not symmetrical, like it goes up. Yeah, I did. I'll admit I did a bit, helped her,
Yeah.
But she just hacked with scissors.
I like it.
She hacked and I did a bit. She did a bit too.
Yeah.
It was good fun.
Nice.
Yeah. Because I honestly believe that there is no such thing as a bad free haircut. I think that's impossible.
Definitely. Yeah, I agree.
A free haircut is a good haircut. That's it.
Yes. I had so many in lockdown. Like Roz became a really good hairdresser. It was great.
Yeah. And what about now?
Now I go back and now she doesn't want to do it. Now I've got to pay $35 to get a haircut. She don't want to do it. I was getting free haircuts. I reckon there's a lot of blokes in Australia that are disappointed. That's one aspect of lockdown that was good.
Yeah, free haircuts.
Get a haircut.
Or you do it yourself. But what about Ruby? Could Ruby do it?
No.
Come on. Isabella's 7. Ruby's
she could. She could,
that.
but she'd probably be too scared to do it.
Mate, she would be able to do it. I hope Ruby.
I'm sure she would.
Cut Grovesy's hair next time he needs it.
Give me a number 1 all over.
Yeah, you can just do that.
It's easy. Just
you can't bugger that up,
No, easy.
But yeah, you can see my hair's got longer bits on top and shorter bits on top, and it's a mess. But I just don't care. As I said, if it's free, it's good.
Exactly. I love it.
I was just thinking, just to get on the topic of Two Aussie Investors. So, like, what investment if you had a few months ago,
Yeah.
and you still had now, would you be like, yeah, I'm doing so well?
Oh, Whitehaven coal gone absolutely
Ah,
bonkers. Yeah,
and you got that,
yeah. Been very
but,
happy with that.
but that's not the only thing that you have. And
Yeah,
there'd be few people that only have, you know, Whitehaven coal
yeah,
or similar ones that have gone up a lot.
yeah,
I was just thinking about it that, we're all about diversify, but
yeah,
by diversifying, you're spreading the risk. You
yeah,
get a bit of Whitehaven coal that have done well. Or I had Crown that went well too, and a few others have gone, well.
yeah,
But generally, the everything has gone to shit. Generally,
yeah. Pretty much. Yeah. Well, the best stocks I've had have been all the commodity based stocks.
yep,
So Woodside, BHP, Fortescue,
yep,
Whitehaven, they're all commodity stocks.
yep, mm,
But I guess that's why you diversify, isn't it? So
yep,
the cycle, like when the cycle changes from to back to growth stocks,
mm,
in the Novonixes of the world and the IT stocks will come back into favour,
yep,
and that's that could be any time soon. Who knows?
mm,
Once interest rates start to come down, then growth stocks come back into favour.
yep. And the good thing about diversifying, if you need money at any point in time, like actually right now, I'm got to sell something,
Yeah,
and I don't want to sell, say, crypto because it's gone down heaps. I don't want to
yeah,
sell NVX because it's gone down heaps, but I'm okay selling. Actually, Commonwealth Bank is still all right, and I was even thinking about selling some
banks are a good staple.
new Crest metal. I got NCM,
Yeah, yeah,
because
gold
I
stock.
need
Yeah,
some cash for renovating this house,
yeah,
and I'm renovating this house. Yeah, it will add value to it, but
yeah,
that's not why I'm doing it. I'm renovating it because I get the joy out of what I'm doing to it.
yeah, and the
Um,
family will too.
yeah.
Enjoyment for your
So
family.
yeah, so I guess that's one positive thing of diversifying too. That it's even in a crash like now, not
Yeah,
everything eats shit.
yeah,
Who knows? Crypto could have been the thing to go up, or gold
exactly.
could have been
It-
the thing to go up, or
Like
you know?
this time last year, would you thought that Russia would have invaded Ukraine, that COVID would have died out? Like,
Yeah,
who knows what's going to happen in the next 3 months?
yeah,
Everything might turn around, and
yeah.
Russia might pull out of Ukraine, and
Well,
inflation
it's
will
been
start
six
coming down.
months,
And
Russia and Ukraine,
yeah,
because
about 6 months. Yeah,
yeah,
it was
because
the February Olympics.
it was the first few episodes that we did.
Yeah,
When I did that, you mentioned it, and I was like, "Oh, it's not going to happen." And the stock market was going in. NVX was coming down a bit, but it was still high as a
yeah,
kite. Anyway, yeah. So it's that's the point. Don't keep
yeah.
all your eggs in one basket. And
That's
so,
right.
uh, if you do need to sell, then you can be strategic in what you can.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Not
And
that this
and
this is not financial advice. We never give it
that's
financial
right.
advice. We never
No,
have.
we're not giving financial advice. No,
Never would.
no.
We don't even know
But
what finance is.
the challenge for every investor, like me and you and all the other investors out there, is to know what to pick for the future.
Yeah.
So everyone's trying to predict the future. So what's
Mm,
going to happen in the next 6 months?
mm,
And because no one can predict the future. That's why diversifying makes sense.
yep.
So and then as you see things evolve, then you can put more money into certain stocks.
Yep. All right, mate. Let's have a look at some of this. Can you see that screen?
Yeah, I can see that.
Okay. We'll just start on the left. So this was this was sent to me by the Crypto King.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Dow closes
Oh,
100 points lower as sell-off continues. So this was from
So
today,
this was
I
after
think.
last week. This was, but it would have been after last week after,
Monday. Sorry, yesterday. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. This is yesterday. And it's about, last week.
But last week we had there was the meeting, there was the inflation figure came out of the US, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Or was that the week before? Can't remember.
Last week.
Well, and last Friday they had the Fed chair say that that rates were going to be higher for longer, and that's why the market tanked big time on Monday.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Here in Australia, like on Friday, the Nasdaq and that went down 4%, 3% the Dow, and then Monday everything crashed here.
Yep. And we all knew it would.
Well, 3-4% is not a crash, really. Let's be honest, but it's a pullback.
Yeah. All right, here's the next one that the Crypto King sent to me, which isn't about crypto, funny enough. But he likes Crypto King likes his doomsayers. So I haven't watched this, but this is about home prices fell for the first time in 3 years. This is in the States.
In America, yeah?
Yeah. This is in the States, which I don't often watch this stuff.
Starting to form in the housing market, but for buyers for a change. Diana Olick has the details. Hi, Di.
Hey, Ty. Yeah,
Hi,
finally
Di.
a change in those red-hot home prices. We got these exclusive numbers this morning from Black Knight showing prices dropped 0.77% from June to July.
Oh my
Now,
God.
That sound like a lot, but it is the single largest month decline in 11 years for prices. And
So the single largest month decline in 11 years. It just shows you what a good investment property is.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Well, and the big reason it's dropping is because the Fed's doing 0.75% interest rate increases every month.
Yep.
So,
the second worst July performance on record, with only July 2010 during the Great Recession seeing a larger single month drop in prices. Prices almost always rise from June to July because the housing market is.
Look in the background. You can see people walking past, taking their
it's
lunch.
just like an
You see
office.
that? Look at this fat fuck. He makes us look skinny. Look at that. Hey, both of them. Hey,
They've just been the
Jeez.
Burger King.
yeah, it's the Burger King.
Seasonal. Families buy bigger and pricier homes in the spring and summer so they can move during school breaks. Prices are still up just over 14% year over year, but most of that gain is due to big increases in the first few months of this year and, of course, last year. All real estate is local, so some markets have seen much.
Oh, let's have a little, just for fun, let's have a look at this, I mean, it's Australia we talk about, but I've been to San Diego. I saw the Beastie Boys there. LA, been to LA. San Jose. I lived in San Jose, actually. Did you know that? That's where I did the school I worked at. Anyway, the fact is, look, this is, San Jose down 10%, Seattle. San Jose's got all rich Silicon Valley.
Yeah.
Richies.
Same as San Fran. San Fran has that's where, Google and a lot of the big tech corporates are.
Yep.
So they're obviously going to be feeling it because their share price.
Yep.
That makes sense.
A lot of money there.
Yeah.
Much bigger drops over the last few months. San Jose, California leads the pack, down 10%, followed by Seattle, San Francisco, San Diego, Los Angeles, and Denver. These, of course, some of the.
Where's Chattanooga? Over here. Hey?
Chattanooga.
We're going to talk about Chattanooga. Hey?
It's going to pop
going down there. Everyone wants to go there.
Priciest housing markets in the nation. Now, the biggest price jumps occurred during the first part of the pandemic, were in the Sun Belt, mainly Florida, and prices there are still holding. Tyler?
All right, Diana. Thank you very much, Diana.
Thank you, Diana. That was quite nice. I enjoyed that.
Thanks, Diana.
Yeah. Thank you, Diana. It's quite nice. Okay, let's move on. What do we got here? I sent this to you today. I haven't seen it yet, Rich. Families on edge waiting to see. What's this ad? Why can't I get this shit off here?
I don't know. What is that?
Advertisement. There you go. Gone. It says here, families on edge waiting to see what is that English? Families on edge, waiting to see how
Yeah.
high interest
Well,
rates will rise.
That's terrible. That's the stuff up, isn't it?
It is,
Right.
right?
On news.com. What am I
Families on
paying
edge,
$30 a
waiting to
month for?
see how high interest rates will rise, not how high. Fucking hell. These amateurs, who do they think they are?
Amateurs.
Fucking
Amateur.
amateurs.
Amateur hour.
Fucking amateurs. Okay, I'm not sure if this video is about it. Okay, so we'll read the article.
All right.
It says
Yeah.
interest rates are expected to climb further when the Reserve Bank of Australia meets next week. Hang on. When do they meet? Yeah, next Tuesday.
Start of
is
the
it?
month. Yeah, start of the month.
Next Tuesday. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. The Perth couple, weekend days to pay bills and feed 3 children aged between 8 and 14. Poor cunts, 3 fucking children. Serious. Who the fuck would want that?
Who the fuck
You
would
know?
have 3 kids?
Wow. Oh, here they are here. They're a good looking couple.
Yeah.
We have shared equity loan where Keystart, they said his name, Keystart owned 20% of our property. So our loan repayments were based on 80%. Mrs. Alexander said, blah, blah, blah. We now own 100% and we are about $900 a month better off overall. Okay. But our cost of living continues to go up as the rates, and we may have some big adjustments to make. Like everybody, yeah?
Yeah. I think next year is when, it's all going to flow through the economy in Australia, because most people, including myself, will be coming off fixed rate loans. Most people fixed for 2 to 3 years during the pandemic, because that's the most sensible time period normally to fix if you are going to fix. And most people are going to come off next year.
Well, I fixed mine. Mine come off. Some of mine come off in December, and some I fixed for 4 years. So I've got till 2024.
Well, that's perfect for those ones.
Yeah.
So you'll be winning for a couple of years, big time on those.
Yeah. But in hindsight, I fixed. We talked about this when I bought Queenscliff 12 years ago or whatever. I fixed it 7% or 7.8%, and I fixed it for like 5 years, and then it just went down, pissed me off every month,
Yeah, and that's the punt, isn't it? When you fix, that's the big punt that you're taking.
Yeah. And I did say then, I said, never fix again. That's
But when the rates were so low, I think 75% of people did fix 2 or 3 years ago, because it was just ridiculously low. It was the lowest ever.
Crazy. Couldn't
Probably
get
the lowest
lower.
we'll ever see in our lifetime. It made sense to fix. So I don't think the economy is going to really feel it until next year. This time next year, I think.
Oh, I didn't hit play on that little video because, as you can see, it looks like it's the same shit here too. So what does this say? It says, I can't even read this. NAB drops variable mortgage rate, but there's a catch. Did you read this one? One of Australia's biggest.
Yeah, I think it's
the lead.
for new customers only. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's what they do all the time, though. I guess the key message there is to
shop around.
Make sure you shop around and review your rates every 2 or 3 years.
Yep.
And
most people don't do that.
Most people don't, and it's silly because there's cashback offers that banks will offer you to move your loan. It's a hassle doing it, but the way I look at it, it's money saved.
Yeah.
Today, it's time for our chat with Mark Burris, the Executive Chairman of Yellow Brick Road Home Loans. Mark, good to see you.
Burris.
Oh, you like this guy, Marky?
I like this guy. He's a bit of an Aussie investor type.
Auction rates, how are we tracking at the moment? Well, nationally, auction rates are slightly up in terms of clearances, and which means that there is an improvement. If you look at Sydney by itself, Sydney auction rates from last weekend are up significantly by about 5% in terms of clearances, which is a very good thing, given that we have virtually double the number of places for auction currently compared to, say, 1 year ago.
Wow.
There you go. So there's heaps more in the market.
Yeah, wow.
In terms of Melbourne, Melbourne's slightly down, a little bit down. So we're tracking quite well in terms of auction clearance rates.
Yeah.
But on its own, that doesn't mean much.
Yeah, no, I was going to say, we're coming into the hot season too, aren't we? We're coming into spring, which traditionally it's on fire. Are you expecting anything different this year?
Well, I'm just getting a feeling, because I talk to all the agents all the time, and for example, someone like Tom Panos
Poor cunt speaking to the agents all the time.
telling me his clearance rates are really jagging up high. Like, in other words, 8 out of 9 properties that he auctioned on the weekend were sold.
Well, he would fucking say that. He's a real estate agent.
Yeah.
And that doesn't necessarily mean sold under the hammer. That could be sold
It doesn't necessarily mean he's telling the fucking truth, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
straight after the auction. That's an important part, or maybe a day later. I've got a feeling that when it comes to investors at the moment, that they are starting to feel a little bit more positive about things. In other words, they know that the interest rate cycle is not at the end. We've got more to go, but we're close to the end.
But also, I mean, they can get a good return from rents, right? So there's big attraction there.
Well, right now, we're getting a lot of data that's coming out saying that currently across Australia, we are 40% less properties available for rent than we were 1 year ago. So we have
40%. Fuck, that's huge.
40%. That's massive, isn't it?
40%.
Huge
You'd
amount.
hate to be looking to rent now, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
It'd just be a fucking shit
It's a
fight.
nightmare. Yeah.
now got 80,000 properties available for rent across Australia. That is 50,000 less than a year ago. So that
why is
tells us
that?
one thing. That's in capital cities. Well, I don't know the answer to that, Pete. I just think perhaps we've had a lot less supply of new housing over the past 12 months, and as a result,
We had a
it's
pandemic,
COVID.
you dickhead.
The
We had
what?
a pandemic for 2 years.
Pandemic,
We
yeah.
had a pandemic for 2 years. That's why.
Yeah. It's people
They
coming
shut the
out.
borders.
They're like, fuck this.
No
I'm not
one's-
scared of this COVID. I'm moving out. I've had to live with this
Mm.
idiot.
We
or
haven't
this
had
person.
150, 200,000 people coming in every year. That's why. Right.
and also
everything
there's a lot
stopped.
less people who qualify to buy a property now compared to say a year ago,
Interesting.
Yeah.
and therefore they have to rent.
Just a sidebar to that.
Yeah.
When it comes to
Very good point.
migration, if we allow, 200,000 plus in every year, I mean, obviously that's going to be good for the economy, and there does need to be a rise there. That's only going to inflame the housing crisis even more, isn't it?
You would expect so, particularly when it comes to rentals, because most of the skilled migrants, at least who come to Australia, do not arrive here with enough money to be able to put up a deposit, and generally speaking, they don't qualify for loan because they haven't been here long enough. So the answer is they just put more pressure on the stock of housing available for rent, and that's going to increase rentals significantly. Rentals have already increased over the last 12 months by 9%. That's 9.1%.
So rentals increased by 9% past 12 months.
Yeah.
That's one of the biggest rental.
I think you and I enjoy this rents going up so much, Grovesy, because we're not renters for number one, but two, it's one of the only fucking good news.
Yeah. I know.
Right now, crypto
Yeah.
eating fucking ass, shares, most of
Yeah.
them eating fucking ass,
Yeah.
gold's eating fucking ass, property's eating fucking more
Property's
ass,
eating us.
but rents are going up. Yay!
Yeah. And it's payback for the 2 years where rents were stagnant or went down. So, it swings and roundabouts the way I look at it.
Increases we've seen in 30 years over a period of a 12-month period, which means the investors work that stuff out very quickly.
I'll just give a shout out to my we had Andrew, my accountant, on.
Oh yeah.
My poor mate Andrew, the accountant, I think he's got COVID. Long
bugger.
COVID, bro. I don't know if he's talking about I had it or he had it. Can't breathe at night, heart attack pain. Yeah, poor fella. Hope you listen to this, Andrew. You're a nice fella.
Get
And,
well, mate. Get well.
Yeah, get well, mate. You've looked
It's not
after
good, the
me for so long, and we love you very much.
Yeah. Take care, Andrew. Get better
Andrew.
soon.
Shout out to Andrew.
Yeah.
They start bouncing back into the property market, and that's one of the reasons why we're getting better clearance rates.
Okay. Well, on the other side of the coin, I just noticed this report from Westpac's August Housing Pulse report yesterday that said Sydney house prices, could drop by 10% by the end of this year, and then another 8% by next year. That seems to be at odds with what the auction rates and clearance rates are telling us at the moment. Which side of the ledger is correct?
Well, we don't know, but and that's part of the dysfunction that exists within these restructural periods. So we have a restructuring period right now. But I want to say something about that particular report, or all those reports, but in particular, people like Chris Joy are saying the same thing. When they do their calculation, this is mathematically based, they work out, and I've been talking to you about this for some time now, they work out the amount of money that a borrower can borrow, and therefore the amount of money a borrower can spend either at a private treaty or at an auction. And as interest rates rise, you expect that to be a lot less. And we do expect interest rates to continue to rise. But also there's another phenomenon, which is a really important phenomenon. The effects of the rate rises that start...
Oh, that agent's got a nice suit, that wearing the red. Look at her go, Grozy.
...in May.
Lady in red.
Because the general lead time of an interest rate increase by the Reserve Bank doesn't hit the pockets of the borrowers until about 90 days later. Because lenders like us, we're going to reset, we're going to give you 30 days notice, and then it happens the next month. So we're only really starting to see the effect of the May and the June rate rise right now. We haven't seen July, we haven't seen August, and we won't see any more that are coming through until towards the end of the year. So sometime next year, we expect that there to be more price reductions as a result of borrowers not being able to borrow.
Okay, so it's a little bit what you're referring to, like, we'll see more impacts next year from this shit. But by next year, who the fuck knows what will happen? Will this war be over? Will interest rates be stable then? You know,
that's right. And we also could be at the top of the RBA cycle at that point. Who knows? Like, most people are saying,
we also could be dead. Hey,
we could.
We could be dead.
You never know.
Hey. You want to die just sitting on your ass, fucking doing nothing? Fuck,
Putin might
not going to.
Putin might have nuked us.
No,
Putin might have nuked us.
Putin's fucking nuked the whole of Australia. It's like, look, fuck Australia. You got everything, you know.
Xi Jinping, just take us over.
Fucking, I got the red button. Fucking boom.
Boom.
Gone. Gone. Gone.
Gone.
All right. We've listened to enough of this Muppet. I like him though.
Yeah.
All right.
He's good.
He's good. Vendors slash prices as Aussie housing market collapses. There's so much negative news, isn't there, Grossy?
Oh, yeah.
But I guess if you're a buyer, this and you've sold up, you're looking, you're ready to buy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Reading shit like this makes you think, hey, I'm in no rush. You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's play the game.
They say when the market's hot, it's fear of missing out. When the market's not, it's fear of overpaying. People,
do I wait a little bit more for it to go down more? But, I don't fit where I live. I've got 2 kids and another one on the way. I need another room and this and that, it's not just, in life, it's not just the price that,
it's not a
dictates when you
linear
buy
thing. Yeah, that's right. A lot of variables involved.
All right, there you go. All right, next one. The New South Wales government new first home buyer scheme explained. I don't know about this. You know about this?
Yeah, no, don't know about this one. It's be interesting.
Okay, all right. Let's watch.
Vernon in Sydney Southwest, a sprawling estate that's hardly run of the mill. 7 bedrooms, a guest house.
Oh, hang on. This is about that 7-bedroom mansion out in Western Sydney. So let's just watch this. I've got an article on it.
Okay.
Yeah. But anyway, let's just watch this. Yeah, it's just an amazing home, yeah?
A luxurious
love that pool.
on a grand scale, sitting on more than 1.3 hectares. I put the property yesterday, and we had.
I like the driveway. It reminds me of The Sopranos. You big gangsters.
Yeah.
Have these nice big driveways.
Yeah.
All right, we only got 10 minutes of Zoom to go. Can you believe it?
All right.
Too tight to. Okay.
And over
Look at this house, Gravesy.
Really, I haven't experienced this
That's awesome, isn't it?
buy on a property this year in its current climate. Surprising, perhaps, given it's expected to sell
Nice
for more
door,
than $7 million.
nice.
Special
7 million, cuz.
locations are selling
It's not
for
bad
reserve.
for
We sold
how big it is.
Eastwood on the weekend at auction, 17 registered buyers. At Blacktown, newlywed Sam Ismail hunting for a family home. He says he's seeing the same trend at good properties in good locations.
Considering obviously we've had some interest rate rises and obviously the cost of living that comes into contention as well. So I'm still seeing a lot of people out there looking for homes.
Veteran agent Andrew
Well,
Bassett
there's always going to be people out there looking for homes. There's always.
The other thing they don't take into account is people that are selling and then buying in the same market too. So yes, they might not. You know, as Boris was saying, he's saying that the prices will drop because people won't be able to afford it. But if they're selling and they're cashing in, you know, with a profit, then they could potentially be taking a profit and then putting it into a lower priced home. There's a lot of variables involved. It's not just the market's going to crash because people can't borrow money.
Andrew saw the first round of interest rate rises spook buyers, but is seeing much more activity coming into spring.
I found that there's a lot more first-time buyers and owner-occupiers.
God, did we find a bloody positive property article? You know,
Yeah.
this shocked me.
Coming in
Holy
the spring.
shit. This fucking positive news. Oh my God.
Investors are pulling
Flowers are blooming.
a little bit
It's all
from
good.
timing. The latest data is perhaps telling us that
Oh, here we
there's
go. We love
Oh,
this
we've seen
bloke.
this bloke before.
Andrew
Didn't
Wilson.
saw him
Yeah,
at
we love
the
this
seminar.
Good
Yeah,
on you,
he's a
Andrew.
good bloke.
Good on you, Andrew.
very early signs that the spring market may be a little better than expected. The time it takes to sell a property has just eased a little bit over the past month.
When it comes to auction clearance rates, these suburbs have outperformed the rest in the past 3 months. North Parramatta, Wentworthville, Alexandria, Camperdown, Rockdale, St Peters, Girraween, Hurlston Park, Connells Point and Darlington. Not everyone's...
So all
Kind of outer suburbs. I think.
outer suburbs,
Yeah.
cheaperish areas, you know.
Yeah.
North Parramatta is the suburb away from where I've got the one in Balcombe Hills.
Optimistic in their outlook, Westpac believes Sydney property prices will fall by around 18% by the end of next year, similar to a forecast from ANZ released just last week.
Already prices in Sydney are down 6% to the month of July, and in August they look like they're down another 2% or so. It is a significant decline, but by the end of it, prices will still be higher than where they were prior to the pandemic.
Eddie Meyer, 9 News.
Interesting that, isn't it?
Which is a good point, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. Like we went up 25-30%, and then we're coming back down 18. So you're still ahead 12 at the end of the
Yeah.
day.
Now there'll be a lot of people that are sitting on their, you know, right now they're thinking, you know, am I going to buy or am I going to miss out on this opportunity to buy?
Yeah. Well, I can tell you here in Point Cook, where I am, prices haven't dropped at all. They've plateaued. They haven't gone up, but they're not dropping. And I think the reason why another reason why the outer suburbs are not dropping as much is a lot of people are looking to move to the outer suburbs now because people can work from home.
Yep.
I think that's why demand's still there for the outer suburbs.
Yep.
Correct.
All right, let's look at a couple more. Okay.
283 houses.
Did you send this to me? I think you sent.
Yeah, I think I sent you this. Yeah, I found this the other day. This is quite funny. I don't know whether this is true or not. 283 seems like a lot, doesn't it?
Tax. So I'm paying nearly $7,000 a property per year in land tax. Can I ask you out of interest how many you've got, David? How many rental properties do you own? Well, okay, 283. 283 rental properties? Yeah. What? I've worked hard for that. Oh, look, I'm not begrudging you for what...
Well, good on you. I like him.
Yeah, I like him.
I was expecting you to say 2 or 3. You said 283. Yes. Wow. What age did you start buying them?
I bought my first one when I was 17, and my mother had to sign the paperwork, because back in those days, you had to be 21.
And do you manage them or someone managed them for you?
No, I have real estates manage them.
Good on
Wow.
him.
Good on him.
What a
Okay, so
go-getter.
he's just saying he's got to put his rent up, you know. A listener
Yeah.
identified only as David called a Sydney radio station 2GB on Thursday to discuss a new push by the Greens to roll out a nationwide 2-year freeze on rent increases to try and ease the pressure on tenants, given the current cost of living. Rents are out of control. Greens housing spokesman Max whatever said, millions of Australian renters are struggling to pay the rent. Unless the government wants to see more families sleeping in their cars, they need to do their job and act now. So yeah, this David guy called up and said, you Green guys are fucking idiots. And isn't he correct? Thank you.
Isn't he
It's
100% correct?
David, well, we're not even about fucking property. These fucking Green people. What's that sound? Can you hear that sound?
What's going to happen if they have a rental moratorium where they say, no, you can't increase your rents? Investors are going to sell up, aren't they?
Yeah.
What's that going to mean?
Yeah.
Less properties in the market. And what's that going to mean? Rents go up even more.
Yeah.
It's a ludicrous, absolutely. It's just, once again, virtue signaling from the left.
The owners will find, will find ways of evicting, or, I'm going to sell my property,
Yeah.
I didn't sell it. Now I've got to rent it. And you put fucking tenants in. Do you know what I mean? Like, it just won't work. It's a fucking absolutely brain fuck idea, and only a Greens fucking politician could think of something so fucking stupid.
It's just stupid. It pisses me off when they come out with these statements. That's all they are, statements.
Yeah.
Because I don't actually understand how it's going to affect the rental market and
how it's just absolutely impossible to happen.
Yeah, and it's just ludicrous. Because as we've said before, Labor did this in the 1980s. They got rid of negative gearing in the 1980s, and what happened? The rental market went absolutely nuts. Rent prices went out of control because there was less rental properties in the market.
Yeah.
And as we've been banging on about for the whole year, the answer is to have more properties in the market, not less.
Yeah.
And have more incentives for people to invest.
Yeah. Here you go. Greens leader Adam Bannon. What a fucking
virtue signaler. He's a goose. He really is.
Fucking goose. Wouldn't know his head from his fucking asshole.
It's looking to rent a home. Lots of competition. So they can expect to pay more and settle for less. So what can be done to help alleviate pressure on the growing number of Australians who rent their home?
Fixing Australia's tight revenue.
It's all about supply.
Exactly.
Stock into the market.
Getting more rental stock into the market. Thank you. Obviously, this guy we're listening to now isn't an idiot Greens.
No.
Thousands of people on the waiting list to get into public housing. You generally have to be on the priority waiting list to see a new home become available in anything like a reasonable time frame. In New South Wales, the general waiting list time in many areas is over 20 years. And that doesn't just affect the people who are doing it really tough.
Well, again, the answer is supply.
Yeah. The government doesn't have enough money to build social housing. That's why you got a 20-year wait.
So it doesn't make social sense. It doesn't make economic sense. So what this is about is the supply of social and affordable housing for the benefit of everyone.
Build some more places.
Australia is going to spend.
Oh, where's that? Look at that.
On handouts to people who've already got 2 or more houses. And for 21 million, about a third of that, you could build 1 million public homes. But it really does require a multi-pronged collaboration between all levels of government and the private sector.